welcome to Kids Want to Know. I'm Chris Eddy. You know, we've come across some pretty interesting stories on KWK, but none with quite the potential to be as gross or as smelly as the one today. Now, you've heard about recycling things like paper, aluminum cans, even bottles. But did you know that you could recycle the stuff after you...
Once you flush, wastewater goes into pipes under your home, which dump into pipes under the street called sewers. These pipes get bigger and bigger.
Until finally we get to the really big pipes, and we have 3 pipes that come into our treatment plant. And we get about 150 million gallons of water a day from people flushing their toilets and taking showers. That's a lot of water. If you can imagine a football field with water to the depth of 400 feet, that's how much water we treat every single day here at the treatment plant. The first thing we do is run it through some screens. And the screens take out the big chunks. We get all kinds of strange things coming down the sewer. We get rags, we get blocks of wood. We've even gotten a ladder down here. We've even found a boa constrictor that was alive and well, and we've taken it home and have it as a pet.
Sounds like an episode of The X-Files. After the water is screened, huge pumps pull the water up into the plant from the gigantic pipes 20 feet below. And it looks surprisingly clear.
It's clear because we've had to pump the water to get it to the wastewater treatment plant, which breaks up a lot of the big solids.
Eeeew.
Next, they send it to big tanks hidden underground to sit quietly. That's where the magic happens.
You got 2 types of material. You got your floaters and you got your sinkers. And in these quiet tanks, the floaters float and the sinkers sink.
Eeeew.
You know, I think he likes this job just a little too much. Anyway, the water in between is a lot cleaner now because they scrape away the floaters and sinkers.
Eeeew.
For the next step, they need a little help from the insect world.
We put millions and millions of bugs into our wastewater, and the bugs look at the dirt in the wastewater, and they say, ah, food, and they eat up all the dirt particles out of the wastewater. In doing so, those bugs get very fat and very happy. And we put them in a big, quiet tank, and those bugs sink down to the bottom. And what we're left with is nice, clean water.
But this water is still not ready for gulping. That liquid is sent back to the plant where it's treated with chlorine. Then it's pumped into the Sacramento River for others to use downstream. Hey, recycled water. Now as for that other stuff left behind.
What we're left with is a concentrated material of these bugs and our floaters and sinkers. What we do with that is we put it in great big tanks, and we cook those bugs and those solids for 15 days. And in doing so, that material is broken down, and we get a substance that we call biosolids.
Now, this isn't necessarily a lake you'd like to go swimming in. It's a biosolids storage lagoon. They can keep it in here for up to 5 years. And once it's time, they can dredge it out through pipes and send it into the squeezing area.
These machines we use to squeeze the water out of the biosolids. They come in as a liquid, and this machine squeezes the solids between 2 belts, and the water drips off the bottom. The end result is a material here, a solid material. It's like a Play-Doh consistency or a Jell-O type. And this is a really good fertilizer.
That fertilizer makes its way up this conveyor belt, ending up on trucks headed for farms all over the county, including the plant's own demonstration farm.
Over here, we've grown plants not using biosolids, and they look okay, but we come over here to where we've used biosolids, and you can see that the plants are much greener and darker and taller. That's because biosolids have all kinds of good things in them for both the soil and the plants.
That's right. We now have recycled fertilizer. Oh, and remember that bubbling blob that was cooked to make the biosolids? It kind of looked like some tar pit monster. Well, within those bubbles is a gas that is being released, methane gas, which burns very well. They trap it and send it to the local utility district where it's used as a power source. Voila, recycled power. Through these underground tunnels and miles of pipes is garbage, scum, and sludge just waiting to become recycled water, recycled fertilizer, and recycled power. You know, maybe they shouldn't call this stuff waste. Everything seems to be used over and over again, so there is none. But hold on a second, there's even more to this story.
One of the interesting things about the Sacramento wastewater treatment plant is that it sits on 3,400 acres of land. The plant itself sits right in the center, but if you follow me over here, you'll find out what the rest of it is. Land that's used for animal grazing, farming, and a nature preserve. You see, the motto of the sanitation district is technology in balance with nature.
So the next time you have to give your dearly departed goldfish a burial at sea, remember a good motto Craig likes to go by.
We can all feel good when we flush.
I know I do.
Eeeew.